What's up, guys? I'm back. Coming off a loss. I was not going to go out like that. So we're going to get up some more gameplay. Hopefully we can bounce back and get a win. That game was fucking ass. The more I think about it, the more annoyed I am. Because the biggest player of the game and the difference in the game was throwing the ball into the ground. Wasn't a sack. It wasn't an interception. No, it was me throwing the ball into the ground. For no reason. I wasn't under pressure. I went play action. Guy was wide open. Just throw it into the ground. And the reason it was the biggest play of the game is because the next play I got sacked and just completely just wrecked. Now this guy's got a freaking crazy ass team. You just saw Steve McNair as his quarterback. This might be a tough game. I might be going back-to-back losses. Who knows? I shouldn't say that though. Team is all well and good, but it's all how you play. And I did play good enough to win that game, that last game, but the Madden gods didn't want it to happen. I switched playbooks too because I didn't like that playbook. My offense feels like it's a lot smoother now. Got a lot of, new legends came out today. Youngblood came out, and Steve McNair. A lot of people don't realize how good Steve McNair was. I wouldn't say he was a Hall of Famer, but he was definitely one of the best quarterbacks of his time. He did take the Titans to a Super Bowl. They lost. But the guy played hurt all the time. He was one of those new age. I wouldn't say he was a running quarterback, but he was definitely one of those in between, like mobile to running quarterback kind of things. He was tough. He was good, and I don't know. Sadly, he got. Whoa! Look at that swerve! I just got out of there. Oh no! Wow! Talk about getting lucky. That's luck right there. I think he had 4 guys around that ball, and I somehow came back with it. That was luck all around, between the swerve to get out of the pocket and then getting the fumble. But yeah, McNair was definitely a good player. Really good player. Sucks what happened to him. There you go. That's the dots I'm looking for. Tell you one thing, I'll never go back to that playbook again because that playbook sucked. I think what I'm going to do is next week, because I've had a couple of people asking me to do a pack opening. I'm really trying to avoid doing that because I really don't feel like EA should be getting my money. They're a bunch of greedy fucks. You heard what they did a couple weeks ago with the where they banned all those players for 72 hours. Look at the fullback getting involved. Actually, you know what? I'll get back to the EA thing in a second. That's funny. This year in the NFL, you're seeing the fullback start to come back a little bit and start to get involved in the offenses again. Years ago, fullbacks were huge. I'm going back now to the late 80s, early 90s. You had got fullbacks that were big time offensive players, whether it was Natron Means or Mike Allstott, Lorenzo Neal, guys like that, Christian Okoye. A lot of those guys, man, they weren't just blockers; they were big time players. They were really involved with the offense, carrying the ball, catching the ball. You had fullbacks that were rushing for, anywhere between 500 to 1,000 yards a year, and then they just slowly just did away with them for some reason, and made it more of a blocking position. And now this year, I've seen it more and more, where fullbacks are getting involved. I like to see that. That's cool. Tight ends. Tight ends used to be. Tight ends used to get a lot of play. Then they kind of went away to where they were more of a blocking position. Then they started coming back. So maybe we're seeing. I guess everything is cyclical, where it just all comes back around in circles. And now we're starting to see the fullbacks again, which sucks for the Giants because guess what? They don't have a fullback. Ha. But whatever. Just the point is, around the league, you're seeing more fullbacks get involved. I think it's cool. So back to what I was saying about EA. They had a glitch where you put players into the sets, and did I stop them? Yes, I did. I just stopped them too. I got lucky. You had to put 5 elite players into the set to get the guaranteed, the elite exchange. Basically, you were guaranteed an 87 overall or better elite player. This is old news. You guys heard about this already. I'm just giving you my opinion on it. But it was a glitch where you could put anything into the set, bronze, gold, silver, it didn't matter, and still get the player. So people were doing that. They were just kept doing it and getting all these players and really stacking their teams. And at the same time, they were driving the prices down because they were flooding the market with all these players. And it was EA's glitch. EA fucked it up. And yet they banned people. Now, all right, you want to say that the people knew what they were doing? I can almost buy that argument a little bit. That guy almost jumped that route, man. That was close. You want to say that EA could have banned those people? Maybe. But I'll tell you right now, it was their glitch. They should just, for once in their greedy lives, just be like, all right, we fucked up. We're just going to bite the bullet on that, and that's it. But they didn't do that. They banned those players. But not only did they ban those players, they banned players that bought players for a cheaper price. Now, if you just happened to if you didn't know what was going on, and you just happened to sign into Madden and go on the auction block, and you saw Adrian Peterson up there for 20K, you're just, oh shit, and you're going to buy him. Not knowing anything that was going on as far as the glitch goes, and you buy him. They banned those players too. Now, granted, it was only a 72-hour ban. I understand that, but they shouldn't have been banned at all. EA fucked up. EA should have been like, you know what? It's our bad. We'll take the responsibility. Look at that user pick. That's how you fucking do it. Man, I wish I would play like this last game. I guess with my offense, I switched playbooks and I shouldn't have done that. That's a mistake sometimes. You get used to, a playbook, and then you start experimenting with different playbooks, and it just throws off your game completely. Because that's how we are. I mean, we do use a playbook, and we have these plays so perfected, and then we draw passes that, you start doing something new, and it just fucks you all up. I mean, you can learn a new playbooks, but best way to do it would probably be just through solos. I won't make that mistake again, I'll tell you that. Because that guy wasn't even good, the one that I played. I shouldn't have lost that game. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. If you guys remember, in Madden 15, they had the weekly solo where you did the collectible to get the player, whatever it was. You needed the collectible to put into the set to get the player. And one of them was Steve Young. And it was glitched, so where if you did the solo, you actually got Steve Young, 99 overall Steve Young. They patched it. They didn't take the player away. They fucked up. They caught it. They fixed it. Should have been the same exact thing here. They get enough of our money, with the game. And the game is not even all that good to begin with, honestly. So there's no reason for them to ban people. It's just completely wrong. So, like I said, people want me to do pack openings and stuff, and I just don't feel EA deserves my money. I really don't. I'm gonna do it because the fans are asking me to do it, but it's not something I'm gonna do on a normal basis. I'll tell you that. Not like I did in years past. In years past, I loved doing bundles. I like doing bundles more than I like doing doing the gameplay, because I love to open a pack and see what I'm going to get and build a team and sell stuff and do quick sells and all that kind of thing. To me, that was a lot more fun than doing the actual game. Look at Newton swerving in and breaking off people. I'll give him credit in this game. He's definitely powerful. Tell you one thing, this is a good way for me to bounce back though. After a shitty loss. I apologize if my energy's not all that up for you guys right now. I'm tired. I just had a freaking huge ass dinner. Went to the Outback and had a couple of beers. I ordered a 12-ounce steak with double side of macaroni and cheese, a bloomin' onion, and some cheese fries. And the steak I got, it was really good. I'm not going to say it wasn't. But my daughter ordered the same thing as me. She got the steak, but she got mashed potatoes instead of macaroni and cheese. And her steak had to be 4 ounces bigger than mine. So I said to the waitress, I'm like, me and her both ordered the same thing. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, well, look at her steak and look at mine. She's like, oh, no, they're both 12 ounces. So I stabbed the thing with the fork and I put it over my daughter's steak just to show her the difference. And she goes, yeah, well, they're not always gonna be the same shape. And I wasn't even talking about the shape. I was talking about the size difference. Oh, what a pick! What a pick! I'm just bait citying this guy all over the place. This guy's Here comes the quit. So to sum up the story, the lady copped an attitude, and she freaking I'm sorry. She copped an attitude with me about how the steak isn't always gonna be the same shape. Didn't offer to give me a different steak, which I would have taken anyway because that's when they spit on your food. And never came back to the table after that. She didn't ask us how we were doing, didn't give us refills on our drinks, nothing. Anyway, long story short, my energy's not that up is because I ate a huge freaking meal, even though my steak was undersized. It was still delicious. So, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Later.